Hello students, I am Shambhavi Shukla, Department of Electronics and Communication, IET, Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia University, welcoming you all in my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about optical fiber communication, and the topic of the day are introduction, acknowledgement, fabrication type, types of fiber on the basis of material used. So now let's forward to the next topic, that is a short introduction about optical fiber. We are already knowing that optical fiber is made up of a core with a higher refractive index, then cladding layer and the plastic coverage over that, just to provide the strength to that particular optical fiber. Now, types of fiber on the basis of material used. They are glass fiber, here you can see the plastic fiber, and photonic crystal fiber. Let's move to our next topic, that is glass fiber. What is glass fiber? Here you can see the figure of glass fiber. This is a transparent optical fiber, so it is named after glass fiber. It is dimensionally or exposure to extremely high or low temperature. Glass fiber don't absorb moisture or change physically or chemically when exposed to water. It is an inorganic material and will not burn or support combination. Now, a brief introduction about plastic optical fiber. These fibers are polymer optical fiber. It is an optical fiber which is made out of plastic. POF standard is based on multi-level PAM modulation, a frame structure, and multi-level coset coding modulation. For telecommunications, the glass optical fiber is difficult to use, so plastic fiber is more common. Although the actual cost of glass fiber is higher than the plastic fiber, but the fabrication process, handling process and modulation in this optical fiber is more costlier than the plastic optical fiber. So overall cost effective optical fiber is plastic fiber. Now here you can see the figure of plastic fiber. These are the main plastic fiber. These are material which give strength to the fiber and the extra materials used for the strength. Now, photonic crystal fiber. Photonic crystal fiber is a new class of optical fiber based on the properties of photonic crystal. Properties of photonic crystal fiber are, it is having a very much applications in optical communication. It has a non-linear device, high power transmission, highly sensitive gas sensor and other areas. PCF guiding light by conveniential higher index core modified by the presence of air holes. Photonic crystal fiber may be considered a subgroup of a more general class of microstructured optical fibers, where light is guided by structural modification and not only by refractive index differences. Now, here you can see the figure of photonic crystal fiber. The cross-sectional view of photonic crystal fiber we can see. Now, we come to the process of fabrication. Preform. The first method is preform, the second is drawing, and third is coating. Preform is the process where we are making optical fiber through the material. Drawing is the process where we are drawing optical fiber from the preform. Now, last is coating. Here in this process, we coat optical fiber with plastics or any other strength giving material just to give the strength. Now, method of fabrication. The major method of fiber manufacturers create a solid rod, that is preform, from which the fiber is drawn. As I have already discussed in last slide, the fiber is drawn in a batch process. Preform are created by deposing silica, including dopants from reactions between gases at high temperature. There are 4 general processes, that are outside vapor phase oxidation, vapor phase axial deposition, modified chemical vapor deposition, plasma activated chemical vapor deposition, and general fiber fabrication. Now, we will see every process after one. First one is VAD and OVD, that means vapor phase axial deposition and outside vapor phase oxidation are most widely used process for making single mode fiber, although modified chemical vapor deposition is also sometimes used. Modified chemical vapor deposition is used extensively for specialty fibers such as doped fibers for amplifiers or graded index multimode fibers. Now, let us have a look on outside vapor phase oxidation. The preform in this process is made up of on a much large scale a layer of silicon oxide particles called a soot is deposited from a burner. Here you can see in this figure, a soot is deposited from a burner onto a rotating graphite or ceramic mandrel. This mandrel is rotating, and here the flame we are using just to heat up the mandrel. Here same way, there here you can see the rotation is there. This is mandrel, and we are giving the heat through the burner. The basic process involved in OVD is called flame hydrolysis. This reaction takes place within an oxyhydrogen flame. Okay, here in this we can see here, with the help of burner we are giving the heat to the mandrel, and through the help of the material are deposited in the form of vapor throughout the mandrel. Here you can see that again, soot preform is being deposited throughout the mandrel. In the gaseous form it is, that is why it is called as vapor phase oxidation. Now let's have the let's discuss about the basic problems in this material. As it is difficult to remove all the water from the formed glass, thus the resulting fiber tends to have a large absorption peak around the 1385 nanometer wavelength region. The fiber produced tends to have a depression in the refractive index along its axis. Okay. Now, as it is a batch process and preform produced this way is limited in size, so unlimited cost of the process is likely to be done. So, the cost is very high. These fibers do not absorb moisture or change physically or chemically when exposed to water. Glass is an inorganic material and will not burn or support combustion. Now, moving to our next type of fiber, that is plastic optical fiber. Plastic optical fiber, POF fiber, is made out of plastic. POF standard is based on multi-level PAM modulation, a frame structure, and multi-level coset coding modulation. For telecommunication, the glass optical fiber is difficult to use, so plastic fiber is more common. Now, photonic crystal fiber. Photonic crystal fiber is a new class of optical fiber based on the properties of photonic crystal. PCF is now finding application in fiber optic communication such as fiber lasers, non-linear devices, high power transmission, highly sensitive gas sensor. Photonic crystal fiber may be considered a subgroup of a more general class of microstructured optical fibers. Here you can see this, where light is guided by structural modification also, and not only by refractive index difference. Means The working of this optical fiber will not only be based on TIR, that is total internal reflection. So now we'll move to the process of fabrication, that is preform, drawing and coating. Preform is the primary process of making optical fiber. Drawing is the process of extracting optical fiber from its preform. Coating, after drawing, coating is done by a lower refractive index optical cladding. Now, method of fabrication. The major methods of fiber manufacturers create a solid rod from which the fiber is drawn in a batch process. Preforms are created by depositing silica from reaction between gases at high temperature. There are 4 general processes. First one is outside vapor phase oxidation, that is OVPO, vapor phase axial deposition, VAD, modified chemical vapor deposition, MCVD, plasma activated chemical vapor deposition, and general fiber fabrication. Now, VAD and OVD are the most widely used process for making single mode fiber, although MCVD is also sometimes used. Now, we will see the first fabrication method, that is outside vapor phase oxidation. The preform, as mentioned previously, is nothing more but an upper version of an optical fiber. Drawing enables the manufacturer to obtain the fiber in the actual size desired. Here you can see in this figure how the preform can be formed. At normal temperature, SiCl4, here in this figure you can see that, at normal temperature SiCl4 is a relatively volatile liquid. Oxygen is passed through the silicon chloride to form a mixture of SiCl4, vapor and oxygen. Minute particles of molten silica called as soot are formed in the flame. A rod of either carbon or a metal is rotated in the lathe and the silica depositing flame is moved back and forth along it. The silica is deposited evenly along the rod. In this rod, silica is deposited evenly. Dopants such as germanium are introduced in the flame to create the required variations in the refractive index. We will see the various mixture with the help of which we vary the refractive index in the silica. When sufficient material has built upon on the rod, the process is stopped and the rod removed. Now, drawing of fiber. The preform is then heated to collapse the material into a solid glass tube. The tube is then heated further and collapsed to form a rod. This process has 3 problems. First, it is difficult to remove all the water from the formed glass. Second, the fiber produced tends to have a depression in the refractive index along its axis. Third, as it is a batch process and preform produced this way, so it is in limited size. Now, we'll move to our next process, that is vapor phase axial deposition. The first optical fiber with attenuation less than the 20 dB per kilometer was manufactured by Corning using this process. This process consists of 4 phases: lay down, consolidation, drawing and measurement. VAD is a very important process and accounts for a large proportion of world fiber production. It produces large preforms which can be drawn to length up to 250 km of fiber. The basic mechanism used in VAD is flame hydrolysis, like we have already discussed in OVD process. Now, in this figure, you can see, this process with an electric furnace are used to sinter the preform, and formation of a solid gas preform rod takes place. The resultant rod is used as the feed for the fiber drawing process. Now, modified chemical vapor deposition. This process has been widely accepted for the production of graded index fiber. First, reactant gas flows through a rotating glass tube made from fused silica, while a burner, this burner, you can see this here, heats its narrow zone by traveling back and forth along the tube. This burner will move from back to forth. Modified camel vapor deposition is named after inside vapor deposition was significantly improved. So, it is named after modified chemical vapor deposition. In this process, silica is formed in a gaseous reaction inside a silica tube. The reaction takes place in the gas phase. The reaction between the glass forming gases takes place in a hot region of the tube, and the formed silica particles stick to the walls of the tube. When sufficient materials has been built up, the burners are moved to one end of the tube. Now, some advantages of MCVD processes. The gaseous reaction does not produce water, so the problem of OH contamination is significantly reduced. Refractive index profile is very good, and it is relatively fast. Now the next process is plasma activated chemical deposition, that is PCVD. This process differs from MCVD in its method of heating the reaction zone. Instead of delivering heat from the outside through a burner, PCVD uses microwaves to form inside the silica tube. Here you can see in the figure. Now, this process is very similar in principle to the modified chemical vapor deposition. Instead of heating the outside of the silica tube, the energy source is provided by a high power microwave field. This microwave field can be moved very quickly along the tube as it heats the gas plasma directly and does not have to heat up the silica tube itself. The result is much better control of the refractive index profile than we get with the modified chemical vapor deposition. The reaction is nearly 100% efficient and proceeds several times faster than the modified chemical vapor deposition. Now, we see the references of this video, and so thank you for watching this video. In our next video, we will discuss about some other basics of optical fiber communication. Thank you everyone.